Hi friends, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to our mini lesson for today. Today for our mini lesson, we're going to continue practicing our reading comprehension strategy called sequencing. When we're sequencing, we're putting something in order. We do it all the time, we just don't know that it's called sequencing. So we've done it with math, putting our numbers in order, and we're going to use what we know about our number order and putting things in a certain order to help us understand our reading better. Both fiction, which are made up stories, and nonfiction, or our texts that have facts in them. So yesterday we looked at a poster called My Flower, and we just read the poster by looking at the pictures. We saw some clues that told us that the author and illustrator wanted us to sequence or put these pictures in order. That's important to understanding what the poster is about. And since the title is called My Flower, we knew that the flower was important, right? We saw that in the first picture, the person was planting a seed. Then they watered and put the plant or pot in front of the sunlight. And last came a flower. A flower grew from the pot. So the order of these things taking place is very important in order for that event to happen. In order for the flower to grow, first the seed had to be planted, then the seed had to get plenty of water and sunlight, and then it was a healthy flower. So today we're going to continue working on the same learning targets. Our first learning target says, I can identify what it means to sequence, and our song is going to help us understand what that is. And then it says, I can sequence the events of a story or text. So in our mini lesson today, we'll be looking at our text, which is a poster. And then during our read aloud for today, we'll be looking at another book. So in order to train our brains to understand what sequencing means, let's sing our sequencing song. Ready? Here we go. Sequencing, sequencing is putting things in order, putting things in order. First, next, then last. First, next, then last. Sequencing, sequencing. So sequencing is putting things in order. And today, we're going to learn something called signal words. Can you say those two words with me? Signal words. These are words that we as readers, as detectives, look for as clues to know, oh, the author is putting something in order. That's important for me to understand as the reader. And those words are what we just sang. First, which is the very first thing. Next is a signal word that we use to come after first. Then, first, next, then comes third and last. What happens last in our order? So today, our poster that we're going to look at is called My Tomato Plant. Can you read those three words with me? My tomato plant. And just like we saw our flower poster, the tomato plant poster shows us the different order that we need to follow in order to grow a tomato plant. We're going to hear those signal words in our poster today too. So we don't only have pictures today, we also have words to match our pictures. So I'm going to read those words to you. I want you to be listening for those signal words that tell us which order to do things. First, I plant the seeds. You see that picture matches. Next, I water the seeds. Then the sun comes out. So it's important for that to get both water and sunlight. Look, now I have tomatoes. So I have underlined our signal words. Instead of the word last, they use the word now to show, oh, after all of these steps, now look what happened, what grew, the tomato plant. So what is the very, very first step that's important for us to do in order to grow that tomato plant? First, we plant a seed. Can you show me a little seed? Good, let's plant our seed in the dirt. Okay, now let's water our seed. And now let's bring out the sunlight, put a sun above your head. Good job. And then after the water and the sunlight, what grows out of the ground? Some tomato plant, or a tomato plant. So can you make a tomato plant grow? And off of that comes some tomatoes. Rub your belly if you like tomatoes. Very good. Some of us may not, and that's okay too. So the order that this happens is very important. If we just threw some seeds in the ground but didn't water them or give them some sunlight, then do you think those seeds would grow into a tomato plant? Probably not. The seeds probably just wouldn't grow. So the order of events is very, very important to us as readers and as learners, because it's important for us to understand how things happen in the order in which they do. Great job, friends. We'll continue working on sequencing tomorrow. We'll look at another poster, and today in our read aloud, we'll talk about it after reading our story. See you guys then.